What is going on, everyone? My name is Under the Radar, and today I'm bringing you guys again a top 5 video for you. Today I'm going over my top 5 favorite flying types. Now, as many of you know, there's only one pure flying type in the entire game, so all of these are dual typings. Doesn't mean that they won't appear later on in the top 5. No, they probably will because they're my favorite Pokemon for a reason, but just keep an open mind because with having dual typings, it kind of gets a little controversial of what typing they actually are, what their main typing is. But just know that these are all my favorite flying type Pokemon, so sit back and I hope you guys enjoy. So coming in at number 5, I have Hawlucha. Now, Hawlucha is a Pokemon that I actually hated whenever I first played through X and Y. It was one of my least favorite Pokemon. I hated the design. I hated the whole beak mask aspect of the whole Pokemon. I hated everything about it. However, whenever I started to play competitive, because if you guys don't know, X and Y was the first game I ever played competitively. I did not play competitive 4th gen or 5th gen, and I actually bred my first competitive Pokemon in X and Y, and it was a Hawlucha. And the reason being is because I wanted to have a Pokemon that if I bred it perfectly, I didn't want to have to evolve it. I just wanted to be able to breed it perfectly, get the moves on it. I wanted to get it to level 50 and use it. So Hawlucha was one of the first Pokemon that came to mind that I didn't have to breed for in X and Y, or that I didn't have to evolve in X and Y, and that's just one of the first Pokemon I ever bred for it, and I got perfect 5 IVs. Another reason why I really like this Pokemon is its competitive usage. It's a very, very good late game cleaner. It does not have a good attack stat. I think it's base 83. I might be wrong, it might be base 90 or something, but I know it's below base 100. So whenever you look at it, it's not a threat. But with its Unburden ability, with how fast it is, with being able to run Swords Dance, a Choice Band, not having to be Jolly all the time, or not having to be Choice Scarf, it makes it very good at just hitting hard and getting out. It's kind of like a hit and run type of thing, and I really do like Pokemon like that, especially in the OU format, since this thing isn't allowed in. I think it's BL right now, so it's a very good mon. But all those reasons why Hawlucha is number 5. So coming in at number 4 is probably the one Pokemon that I figured would be the most controversial to talk about, and that is Noivern. Noivern is my favorite dragon type, actually. Spoilers if I ever do dragon types. It's one of my favorite dragon types, and it's also one of my favorite flying types. Reason being is because of how fast it is. I love Pokemon in general that can just be really fast. In League format, I like things that can be really fat. There's a reason why I like really fat things, but in regular play, I like things that can hit hard, you can slap a Choice Specs on, and you're good to go. I like things that can U-turn, I like things that have multiple moves that they can just spam. This thing is very good on rain teams. It can spam Hurricane with Choice Specs, it can spam Draco Meteor, it can get U-turn initiative, it can set up Tailwinds to support the team. Or if you're afraid of your opponent having like a sub Calm Mind or a sub Swords Dance something, you can run Choice Specs Boom Burst and it goes through the sub. It hits so hard. Not to mention, its design is honestly one of the best in the entire game. Whenever you think of Dragon type Pokemon, you think of like these massive, scaly things. You don't think of these things that look like bats that are just huge and terrifying. And I love Noivern simply for that aspect. But Noivern's, and it also has a really good move pool, like with Dark Pulse, Flamethrower, Hurricane, like I said, Draco Meteor. It gets really awesome moves, and I really do like that. The only thing that I don't like about this Pokemon is how frail it is. You all know I don't like Pokemon with 4x weaknesses. However, this thing it's just something that has easily worked its way into my heart through 6th gen. But all that is what makes Noivern number 4. So coming in at number 3, I have Shaymin Sky. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, well, Kelly, why can an Ubers be your favorite Pokemon? Well, because I like Ubers. Okay, Ubers are cool. It's a fun tier to play. I don't think that a lot of Ubers are actually broken. I just think people don't like dealing with them. I feel like if real quick, I feel like if Smogon did complex bans on a lot of things, there would be hardly anything in the Ubers tier. Like, for example, I think if Darkrai didn't get Dark Void, it wouldn't be an Uber. I feel like if Genesect didn't get Shift Gear, I don't think it would be an Uber. This is all my opinion. If you don't agree with me, that's completely fine. I don't really give a shit. It's just my opinion. Another thing is this Pokemon, it has such a great it has great potential. It has a fast speed, serene grace air slashes or stabs, so it's basically a faster Togekiss, which we all know how much we hate Togekiss. Togekiss is one of those Pokemon that whenever you see it on the opponent's team, you literally just go, and that's the face you make. Just because that's how scary it is just to be paraflinched to death, and that's what this thing does. Along with having Seed Flare, having Serene Grace, that has a very high chance to lower your special defense by 2 stages, all because of Seed Flare and Serene Grace. It's probably one of my all-time favorite Pokemon, even though I hate regular Shaman. I hate regular Shaman as a Pokemon. I've tried to never use it. I've sworn I will never draft it in a draft-based format. I absolutely hate Shaman. That's why I lost to it this season in the PPL. It's because I hate it so much that it irks my buttons. I hate it so much. But Shaman Sky, that is a completely different story. I love this thing. It's so cute. I love the Shaman movie actually as well. I think that the Shaman movie, Giratina and I can't remember the exact title of it, but it was a very good movie. And I think that might be the reason why I hate regular Shaman, because of how much of a bitch it was. But Shaman Sky was actually pretty cool in the movie, so that might be my hate behind it. But just for sheer cuteness, that Shaman Sky is number 3. So coming in at number 2 is a Pokemon that basically everybody forgets about, because whenever you play through the game, you have Pidgeot, Spearow, you have Fearow, you have Starly, you have Fletchling, you have like all these beginning Pidove, all these beginning bird type Pokemon that are completely irrelevant. 110%, every single one of them are the most irrelevant Pokemon in the entire world, aside from Mega Pidgeot. That one is actually pretty decent. But then, whenever you start to think about when they evolve, this thing actually becomes a freaking monster. It gets so strong. The amount of power that this thing has behind a Brave Bird, it's insane. It has awesome abilities in Reckless and Intimidate. It can have so many different sets. A good friend of mine named Shadow Chew, he uses Staraptor so well. He uses defensively with Feather Dance. He uses offensive with Brave Bird and Double Edge. I've seen it can be a great choice Bander or a great choice Scarfer. This is a Pokemon that whenever you see it in a draft-based format, you can't prepare for it, because no matter what, you know that when you see this thing, you're going to lose at least 2 Pokemon on your side of the field just to this thing because of how hard it hits. You can't stop it. It's impossible to stop this thing. Everybody says that Talonflame is a pain in the ass, but I personally think that this thing is worse, just because Reckless makes it more threatening, and it has a higher attack stat. I'm pretty sure it does. I have to double check on that actually. But I can see why they kind of sort of compared this to Talonflame, because they are the top 2 birds in the entire game. But whenever you look at sheer power versus priority and setup, or utility with Will-O-Wisp and Bulk Up, I would much rather have a Staraptor on my team any day of the week than Talonflame. It's not 4 times weak to rocks, and it hits just so hard. No matter what, it's going to strike fear into the opponent, and I think that Staraptor is honestly one of the most slept-on birds in the entire game, and I think it definitely deserves a little bit more love. Probably even more in my heart, even though it is number 2 on this list. So coming in at number 1 is a Pokemon that I don't think anybody really expected to be my number 1, and that's Braviary. Braviary is a Pokemon that I have fallen in love with ever since I first saw Rufflet. I think Rufflet is an amazing Pokemon. I think that it is probably one of the best Pokemon in the entire game, just because it's so freaking cute. Not to mention, it hits like a truck. I'm pretty sure Choice Banded, Adamant, Hustle, Brave Bird can 2-hit KO, basically defensive Mega Slowbro. Like, that's crazy. I love Rufflet for that reason alone. However, when it evolves, it becomes this freaking America bird. I love it so much. Another thing that I really like is the fact that it was my mascot for the longest time. And I honestly think that if I were to pick a mascot, it would still be Braviary, just because my original team name was the Baltimore Braviaries. It's just, Braviary is so cool looking. It has so many sets you can run. It has 2 amazing abilities in Sheer Force and Defiant. So if you're going... Okay, you guys have to remember, a lot of the things that I look at is from a draft-based league format, because that's about the only format I play. I don't play Standard OU. I don't try to ladder up to 1600 like Joey or Miguel. I don't care about that. I prefer straight up league format. That's all I do. Whenever I do my showdown sessions, it's to have fun. So whenever you look at a Pokemon that has an ability like Defiant, and you look at an opponent's team and be like, holy crap, they only have Defoggers, let me send this thing in, I can get an instant +2 boost along with Scare Them Out and be able to bulk up, be able to Brave Bird, be able to Roost, be able to U-turn, be able to hit them with Rock Slides that are Sheer Force boosted. Crush Claw gets Sheer Force boosted, so it gets Stab both. I wish Brave Bird, the recoil, was considered a secondary effect, so that way Brave Bird would be Sheer Force boosted, but it's not. I understand that. I think that this thing is also really good at taking hits on the specially defensive and physically defensive side if you use bulk up, if you invest it correctly. With the Roost, it makes it able to be used over a long period of time. And it also has access to Defog. It's one of the very few 5th gen and later Pokemon that actually get access to Defog, so I think that's really awesome, and I think it makes it very unique. Because in the draft-based format, a lot of Pokemon that you draft for Defog, for Rapid Spin, for things like that, they are usually 4th gen and below, just because Defog was an HM move in 4th gen. So I really like Braviary. Braviary is honestly one of the most underrated and probably my favorite Pokemon in the entire world. And I'm trying to get a little bit of art together so I can make this my mascot and make it just more all over my channel, because I love Braviary. I love its whole thing. I'm a huge supporter of the military. I think it's awesome. I love Braviary. It is one of those Pokemon that no matter how much I use it, I'm just like, hey man, you might suck this game, but you're still my favorite Pokemon ever. I love it. But Braviary, while I might have talked a little bit about it and got a little repetitive, it is in fact number 1 on this list. Well guys, there it is. That's my top 5 favorite flying type Pokemon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you could leave a like down below for me along with your top 5 favorite flying type Pokemon, I would really appreciate it. Also, if you could, leave a comment suggesting what type I should do next, because I really do like doing what you guys want me to do, and if you want me to do a certain type, I will gladly do that next. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!